There ever been things in your life that you're like rock solid certain about, and you know for a fact you're perfectly correct and you're not wrong at all? Mm. Like, first one, life's eternal, grace is infinite, right? There's no other possible source or containment. And so, once you understand, then you understand that in order to sustain a life of sacrifice, that there are natural laws and interactions that we're required to observe, understand, and obey in order to maintain this life of sacrifice. It's a precious gift. I mean, we get to drink, eat, build shelter, enjoy a spouse, have children, appreciate and love those children, teach that appreciation until the end of time on planet Earth. And from what we can ascertain from a lot of books, like reflections of books that the people that use them to manipulate don't understand, beyond this planet. Okay, it says so in the book of Revelation. And it's me talking to John. Okay. And I'm rock solid on that. I know it is. Okay. And because, you know how I know? I'll explain to you exactly how I know. Because it says in that book that there, it outlines my life specifically with a lot of information. And I'm certain from the communications that I've had, and I believe in what I did, what I'm doing, and what I still have to do, that the conservatives looked at me as like a mistake. They were debating over me. I was doing everything wrong according to self-righteous hypocrites, spying on me in my house, manipulating and studying my parents and myself with economics and technology, and thinking I'm getting it all wrong. And I'm certain on the left side that they were like, don't be taken by this guy. He's just conning his way through it. He's the source of the Ku Klux Klan, right racism, and all the bullshit. He's the source of all the bad stuff in the Bible and the Quran and all that. And it says in the Bible, and it says in the Quran, okay, that the word is flesh and continually living. And men like Amos and Job and Jonah and Jesus and Moses come to correct the people that take eternal, loving, perfect, kind, courageous faith when they write it down and turn it to secular, insular, manipulative, selfish abuse. Okay, so I'm certain it's me. Okay. So when I went down to Lowe's and tried to talk to that man, I said, the Bible was translated, written down by two complete assholes. And that man looks at me all indignant and goes, okay, we're not talking anymore. He walks away from me. Okay. So I grab another man in between. I said, when there's a man who lives the Gospels and does it with courage and kindness, self-care, you don't disrespect him and walk away from him. When someone like King David talks to you as if you can understand him and be treated with the same dignity and respect as him, and he believes you can step up and do it, and then you do that to him, it's like, I believed you could be a decent human being. Now, you might want to get with old Mr. Vet saying you shot somebody from 1.25 miles away. If 450 miles is 1.25 miles away from you, then you couldn't hit the brass out of Bourne, right, bitch? Okay, do you understand? He had me down there for a minute. I'm like, what's he talking about? Then I sat there the other night because I don't think about that. I'm not like my boy Bob Cummins said. You're not a bean counter. You don't take inventory and you don't compare and you don't compete and you don't get. No, I don't. And I went 450. That's quarter mile. You got to take 4 trips around the track, okay, to go a mile. And then you'd have to 4 trips and a half. And that guy was trying to convince me that he was the guy who had the radios in Vietnam and called in the coordinates for the bombing with the napalm. It's like, one of us is full of shit, and it's not me, okay? And you will find that most people that are full of shit, okay, don't want to listen to someone that's not full of shit because they compare themselves to that person. And if you compare yourself to other people and someone is talking to you as if you're capable, like me with Judah Krishnamurti talking to children, of living the Lord's Prayer, of standing for the Lord's Prayer, okay, you don't ever, okay, have the Messiah walk up to you and try to talk to you intelligently, talk to you in your vernacular the way you talk to other people, okay, and then say, hey, the conversation's over, I'm out of here. Okay, if you've ever said, Jesus, Lord, I need help, And this chubby-bellied, chemical-poisoned, tough guy, born in Las Cruces, New Mexico, to Ralph and Mary, Uncle Gabe and Mike, okay, comes up to talk to you and try to help you out with what you asked the Lord about. Don't you ever disrespect him, because David Rockefeller will collect the technology, the evidence on the technology, okay, and you'll never be able to live it down, like what happened with Stephanie Michael at Blake's. Okay, I sat and I told her, I said, I am a person of interest, the U.S. government. My life filled rabbinic documents, and my life is under intense surveillance. Right. She looked at me and goes, okay, this guy may sound a little stupid and paranoid. She goes, we hired somebody, okay, who used to make, got fired from the DMV for making driver's license for illegal immigrants. And I was like, yeah, but I'm trying to tell you, okay, if you hire me, if you sit at your desk all day and peruse the net and chat with people behind your boyfriend's back, okay, and then come out and yell at all the kids because they're getting backed up and you're getting complaints, everybody gonna know that, okay? That if you come to work on Sunday and punch in, go home, and then come back in to clock out, everybody gonna know that, okay? If you abuse people, if you lie, you steal, everything in that store is being monitored by David Rockefeller's Patriot Act, and you're going to go down in history as the person that the guy said, hey, if I come work here, you better make sure that you're a really good person doing the best you can in this hell. You better be like poor honey and go, can you stay help? Okay. You better be like old Ali Laura and listen to me and be empathetic. And when the other people say, oh, Ralph's fucking crazy, I think Ralph really tries and he's a nice guy. You know, you better be like Ali Lara and you better be like Louie. Okay, don't be like Stephanie Michael. Now, her boyfriend standing up, I understand it's a boyfriend. I get it, you know. But, you know, I got mad when I told him, you know, hey, when you talk to my wife, she doesn't call you wife, she doesn't call you husband, she calls you boyfriend. And she chats, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. I wish somebody would have had the courage to tell me with my wife. So no one ever did. No one ever sat there. We see her screwing and making out with guys leaving the club. They hinted, but no one ever said, no, dude, with my fiance and I would have wished somebody would, because, me personally, okay, if a guy was about to marry somebody or was married to somebody, you know, I'd have to say, you know, yeah, okay. Alan Gibson kind of told me, because everybody in town was talking about it. And by then, I knew everybody in town was talking about it, and they came and hinted around, and he said, man, sex is important to me, Ralph. If I couldn't get it from my girl, I'd get it somewhere else. I said, Alan, I don't have that luxury. I'm a father, okay? Whatever I do affects my children, okay? I made wedding vows to their mama. I'm going to do my best to honor those wedding vows. We break up, I'll try to find somebody else, but we're not living the Lord's Prayer, and no one stands up to live the Lord's Prayer with me. I'm not going to wake up every morning with a woman. I'm not going to go to bed every night and say goodnight, honey. You know, I tried that with poor Miss Pettis, and these assholes in military intel surveillance that make you look like a fucked up fool every time you go to the store and you run into me. Okay? So if you run into me in Las Cruces, New Mexico, you do like Guru said, you give me my proper respect, you know, like most people do. Okay? If you disrespect me, I have told you how many times who the FIB, what I've done, and I've proven to be beyond any reasonable doubts, and I don't say anything to impress people. I say things to make an impression upon them. Okay? I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to impress upon you that your life is worth more than their money, and their technology, if it's only used to manipulate you with money, is just fucked as they've led you to believe that your head is. Okay? Enlighten yourself. Live the wisdom of the Messiah. And then we'll both appreciate each other a lot more. Okay, guys? I love you. Let's get this one loaded quickly. Come on, let's get our toot sweet asses in gear, huh? I got a lot of work to do to help people love and be loved in return. And if you don't want to help, taxpayer dollars ain't going to save you from your sorry ass. All right? You know how much I love you. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't cuss you out and try to straighten you out every day. All right, because I'm such a beautiful person. Why can't you be?